What worries you masters you. I have no reason to suppose that he who would take away my liberty would not, when he had me in his power, take away everything else. The most precious of all possessions is power over ourselves. Who lies for you will lie against you. Whenever legislators endeavor to take away and destroy the property of the people or to reduce them to slavery under arbitrary power, they put themselves into a state of war with the people who are their weapon or sold from any further obedience. Wherever law ends, tyranny begins. Don't let the things you don't have prevent you from using what you do have. Our incomes are like our shoes. If too small, they gall and pinch us, but if too large, they cause us to stumble and to trip. Liberty is to be free from restraint and violence from others. With books, we stand on the shoulders of giants. The people cannot delegate to government the power to do anything which would be unlawful for them to do themselves. Success in fighting means not coming at your opponent the way he wants to fight you. He that uses his words loosely and unsteadily will either not be minded or not understood. Whoever uses force without right puts himself into a state of war with those against whom he uses it, and in that state all former ties are cancelled. All other rights cease, and everyone has a right to defend himself and to resist the aggressor. Reading furnishes the mind only with materials of knowledge. It is thinking that makes what we read ours. Education begins a gentleman, but reading, good company, and reflection must finish him. No man's knowledge here can go beyond his experience. Who are we to tell anyone what they can or can't do? Logic is the anatomy of thought. The reason why men enter into society is the preservation of their property. Where there is no law, there is no freedom. Revolt is the right of the people. Reason must be our last judge and guide in everything. Parents wonder why the streams are bitter when they themselves have poisoned the fountain. I have always thought the actions of men the best interpreters of their thoughts. New opinions are always suspected and usually opposed without any other reason but because they are not already common. Nothing is in the intellect that was not first in the senses. The Bible is one of the greatest blessings bestowed by God on the children of men. It has God for its author, salvation for its end, and truth without any mixture of its matter. It is all pure. To love truth for truth's sake is the principal part of human perfection in this world and the seed plot of all other virtues. The discipline of desire is the background of character. Men's happiness or misery is for the most part of their own making. There is frequently more to be learned from the unexpected questions of a child than the discourses of men. The only fence against the world is a thorough knowledge of it. The body of people may with respect resist intolerable tyranny. Consciousness is the perception of what passes in man's own mind. Every man has a property in his own person. This nobody has a right to, but himself. Things of this world are in so constant a flux that nothing remains long in the same state. When we know our own strength, we shall the better know what to undertake with hopes of success. Fashion for the most part is nothing but the ostentation of riches. It is one thing to show a man that he is in an error, and another to put him in possession of the truth. Where there is no desire, there will be no industry. Government has no other end but the preservation of property. All mankind, being all equal and independent, no one ought to harm another in his life, health, liberty, or possessions. It is one thing to persuade, another to command, one thing to press with arguments, another with penalties.